excited you've chosen to tune in to another Focus on Prayer mini-series. We all see how important prayer is in the Bible, but how should we pray? One way is to learn to pray like people in the Bible. We're all very familiar with the larger-than-life characters of Moses, Elijah, David, Paul, Mary, but can we relate to them? After all, the Bible chronicles significant portions of their life. Instead, my challenge for us in this series is to go back in time and draw practical learnings from the prayers of minor characters who show up for only a single scene or have only the briefest mention, yet still leave a memorable impression. It's truly encouraging to know that real, ordinary lives like yours and like mine can make an impact in God's story. Given the rising popularity of vintage devices among all generations, I thought why not borrow from Polaroid cameras and old typewriters to create that same feeling of nostalgia, that basic longing to return to simpler days, and hopefully move our prayer lives forward using ancient wisdom found in some short but powerful prayers. Ready to begin? Let me introduce you to Agur, author of chapter 30 in the book of Proverbs. He is smart, funny, and streetwise in a good kind of way. He openly admits he is weary and worn out and owns that he is a flawed man. Yet here we find him at the beginning of this chapter taking the time to disciple others. He loves God and understands the importance of a prayerful life. In this chapter, and especially in his prayer, Agur admits he doesn't have all the answers and asks for help. Let's read, study, and be spurred to memorize this simple prayer. A short, powerful prayer that offers to help each of us find the sweet spot in our own lives. Did you know that Agur's 64-word, 3-verse prayer is the only prayer in all of Proverbs? This fact alone captured my attention and inspired me to go retro, and I hope it has you too. Just wait till you see how applicable and relevant it still is. A good place from which to type out your own dynamic prayer. 2 things I ask of you, Lord. Do not refuse me before I die. Keep falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. Otherwise I may have too much and disown you, and say, Who is the Lord? Or I may become poor and steal, and so dishonor the name of my God. Agur begins his prayer with a promise to keep his request short. Just 2 items, 2 things I ask of you, Lord. Prayer is all about sincerity and humility. Anytime you boil your prayers down to a small number of specific heartfelt desires, modeled by our friend Agur here, you're going to find yourself more aware of God working in you and through you to deliver answers. What 2 things does Agur ask for? After thinking it through, he has identified his 2 most dangerous personal weaknesses, the 2 things he struggles with the most, discerning truth and owning stuff. Agur models for us sincere brokenness before the Lord. He was very self-aware and offered these weaknesses to the Lord in order to receive victory in his life. First, he knows truth matters. Whether we are hearing it or speaking it, there is truth, and we can know it. Agur obviously knows the destructive consequences of falsehood and lies. He recognizes that Satan is a master deceiver, and he seeks God's help to be a man of integrity and virtue. Although the next request is challenging, it's extraordinary. Agur is asking the Lord to help him live in the sweet spot of life. He is praying in essence, Lord, keep me dependent on you. I can't do life without you. Having complete trust in you is the sweet spot in which I want to live. Agur recognizes that ultimately God controls how much we have while we are on this earth. Agur was a keen observer and understood human nature and his own heart far better than most of us. He knew extreme wealth and extreme poverty could be enemies to his soul. Most of us recognize the phrase, "Give me my daily bread" from the Lord's Prayer. We are comfortable with these words and have likely prayed them many times. The thing is, that is not what Agur prayed. He added the word "only." That introduces an entirely deeper level of trust in the one who provides. Do you have the courage to say that portion of Agur's prayer, "Give me only my daily bread"? For me, I'm still working on it. Agur's heart was to evade the lies and temptations of this world and to trust God to provide his daily needs. His prayer was specific, intentional, and humble. Never forget, Agur teaches us the sweet spot is to find the balance between too much and too little in any and all areas of our lives. The more we learn to pray like people in the Bible and the way the Bible teaches us to pray, the more effective we will be. Next time, our blast to the past will take us to the prayer of Jabez, and we will learn how to receive God's promises. Till then, I will leave you with a few additional adaptations of Agur's prayer to inspire you to personalize this prayer for yourself and some prayer prompts to help you grow your prayer life.